My name is Buppy Park, and these are the real cases of Japanifornia. This is Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, the trilogy, the first game. Yes, it is. We're loading the game. This is the second trial. Day 2. Yeah, that was really it. Last time, we went through most of the second case. I want to say we have a good amount done. This is probably the last trial of the case. We kind of know what's going on. We kind of can guess, but let's sort of, before we even continue, I want to review some of the evidence and the people. So let's do that. There's Ace, is the Ace Attorney. There's his daughter. I don't want to talk about him. There's Plum Kitaki, the mom of our defendant. Where is he? Where's our defendant? There he is. Waki Kitaki, our previous witness who went to jail for panties. The victim, Palmeractus, died pulling the noodle stand. Winfred Kitaki will probably kill me if I don't get his son off the hook of this. So, you know, MS Guy, the wonderful detective. Clavier Gavin, star prosecutor, also lead of band, Mr. Gavin's younger brother. Very handsome man. And the key suspect, Alita Tiala, woman who requested that I defend her fiance. I don't know why she requested I defended him, even though she's possibly the key suspect. Maybe she doesn't really think we'll do a good job. I don't know. Maybe she saw our sign and realized, wow, these guys fucking look like they're losers. I get these guys to defend my fiance. That, or I don't know. I don't know what's going on with her. She's mysterious. We'll find out this case. Guy Aldoon, former doctor / surgeon. Fancy. But anyway, that's those are mostly the key players. I don't know if Phoenix is going to come in. He says his injury was acting up last time. Attorney's badge. We got the map. This is how it went down. We now know that the witness of last trial went into People Park. I think the roundabout method. He said he went from the east, but he actually went from south, and then where did he go? North. No, I think he went. He roundabouted it. I know he lied about how he went in, and then saw the case from a different angle, which is not how he was supposed to see it. The mirror from the car. We don't know why he was driving that fast and why he just ran over a man, but okay. There's Eldoon's noodle bowl. This is for some reason important. I don't know why. Maybe it's not important. Maybe it's just a thing. Trucy's panties, probably not important anymore. The cell phone, not important anymore. Fingerprint powder, that's just a thing. Time of death, June 14th. Cause of death, single bullet to the right temple. Yeah. There's a knife for some reason. There's a shiv. He probably tried to take it out. Waki tried to take it out probably, and then just accidentally just dropped it. The noodle stand. He died pulling it. This is not important anymore. Waki's checkup report. Results from checkup performed in June. Metallic object found near the heart. Urgent exam needed. The pistol. 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints wiped. It doesn't specifically say that he killed him, though. Could be a different pistol. I'm assuming it did kill him, though. Sometimes, if it doesn't say that. Sometimes, if it doesn't confirm that the bullets came from this gun, then sometimes it's a different gun. But, I mean, it could definitely be this one. Slippers used by patients at the Maractus Clinic. Big toe print found in the left slipper, which matches Alita's sandals. Which is a present from Waki. And found in the clinic foyer. The lamp found in the clinic, broken bulb, and a red stain on the cord. Don't know why. And then Waki's chart, signed by Nurse Alita Tiala, confirming that Alita does indeed know that Waki has a bullet near the heart and will die by it. there is, since it's been there for so long, he's probably gonna die. He's just sort of a walking time bomb at this point. And then there's a bullet found at the clinic, squished from the impact on the back of the safe. Why? Why was there a bullet at the back of the safe? Who knows? So far, I'm liking the case quite a bit. I think Walkie is a silly guy. He's a funny dumbass. But I appreciate that he genuinely does seem like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm way over my head. But I'm gonna act tough. Like, fuck it. Yeah, I'm going to jail. Let's go. Even though he probably is not thinking and realizing that he's going to jail. It's a bad thing. My dude, you're gonna no. I think there's some neat characterization of him kind of being a decent enough guy, because it's like he tried to go kill that dude, but then I think he wasn't really up for it. Like, he was hesitating quite a bit. Obviously he would have been dead if he did. Unless it turns out that he did. You know, I mean, hey, well, the one time we did actually had to defend, well, no, technically twice we had to defend a person who actually did it. Technically, that's that one time in this trilogy of games. But yeah, it probably not him though. Probably not him. High on Stocks and Alita there. She's probably who did it. The only issue I have is that the reason he got the bullet is because he's an idiot and was like, I don't need to wait for my crew. Then just walked in thinking he was built different, and I guess he is, but his built different is running out and he's about to die. So good job on that, my dude. You really tried to do 1v15 a bunch of gangsters, and you obviously came out losing. And all this happened. But yeah. So now it's June 17th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it. The big day. Did you get any sleep? I never get any sleep, Trucy. Never. Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. Oh? What time did you wake up? 3 a.m. That's only 2 hours, Apollo. Trucy, don't judge me. But at least you have me. You have some coffee? Actually, I'm more of a soda guy. And the amazing Mr. Hat. Don't bring him out again. The judge is gonna, like, realize, yo, what the fuck? Why'd that dude look like that guy who tried to kill Trucy? Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. Voice. Hey, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Hey, what up? Yeah, get any sleep? Mr. Wright. I was going on in my mind with boredom, so I sent myself out earlier today. I'm probably gonna burn that damn doll. Some of that place makes fake piano playing at the Indonkine pasta joint seem almost fun. Do you fake play the piano? I know you don't play, but do you like play like some music and be like, yeah, I'm playing the piano, guys, I'm playing it. Just moves his hands. Daddy, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today? Take a guess. How about Little Plum? Why would she witness this crime again? No, she wouldn't do that. That Sherman take of a mom? Nope. Guess again. That's too bad, you know. Speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. About that. Anyway, it's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution witness is? Alita Tialia, your client's fiance. She's technically our client. She hired us. She's gonna be the witness? But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiance? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today. That much is clear. Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find the killer, I'll pull one out of there. What? A killer? What a sentence to end that segment there. I know. I wish he'd hire us and then go, all right, I'm going to frame my husband for murder. My fiance for murder. Shelly the killer? Yeah. That one had a reason, though. He wanted his client to get off scot-free. Or his partner. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie-Talkie. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up, and it's a sold-out house. Very well. To recap, well, yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party, like the most guilty. He even said it himself. It was hilarious. Guilty of panty snatching. Oh, the witness. Oh, yeah, that guy was guilty too. We did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct, Herr Judge. And today, I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon. That preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed. Oh, his betrothed. Oh. What? His fiancée, a judge. His part of her life. With no chance of parole. Very well. You may show the, lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation, Fraulein? Alita Dialia. My occupation is future wife. Traditional values. I respect that. Just like my good friend Shinzo Abe said before he was cruelly taken from this world. Judge, that man's kind of horrible. Too many bridges these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded. Brides these days, I mean. Bridges? I don't know, underwater. What? Wait, what? Wait, underwater? Yet you're here today as witness for the prosecution. To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first. But I couldn't hide the truth. Honesty. Another admirable trait. Fraulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant Walkie-Talkie confessed his plans? His plans for murder? Yes. Ooh, that must sting. That must sting, truly. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Although I'm pretty sure Walkie wants to go to jail, so he's like, woo, we're going! Let's go! Walkie's plan. It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Walkie found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Walkie could have done it. So the pistol did belong to the Kataki family then? Yes. With regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kataki mansion on charges of possession and illegal firearms. And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it? Fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry marks from the barrel and that fired them, called rifling marks. Rifling marks? Think of them as being the gun's fingerprint left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan? It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Here we go. Waki's plan. I'm gonna repress these statements, why not? That was the day of the murder, correct? Yes. Everyone in the family received their health checkup results that day. When Waki looked at his face went so pale. But of course he had just found out he had a bullet in his chest. So you were there at the time? Yes. Poor Waki. That must have been, quite frightening. He was furious. He ripped his report up into shreds. Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. A bothersome chore, but one I performed without complaint. Waki's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, that little bit of instability is so cute, it turns me on. Okay, great. Now he sounds like a psychopath. Thanks, lady. So, is it easy to take a pistol off from the house? Not really, I think. There's a system in place to limit access. But Waki's a special case, being the next in line. Perhaps his treatment was a bit too special, yeah? Well, maybe he is a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthdays. Last year, it was a switchblade made out of chewing gum and chocolate gravestone. Sounds like he has a taste for sweets and danger.
The point here being that Waki had access to a pistol.
Well, we don't know that. What happened? Meaning the murder. I tried to stop him. I really did. But Waki wouldn't listen. Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems.
The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss.
How can you say that for certain? How? Objection! Head for head, you will refrain from badgering the Fraulein. It was the defendant, or Waki, was it? Who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now.
I suppose we do.
So how could anyone else have used the pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah?
That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point?
Could someone else have used that pistol? I mean, there's a bunch of people who could have, yeah. Sure, it was another, yeah, why not? Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. One other person had access to that pistol. What's this?
Interesting. Let's ask the defense then.
Oh no.
Tell the court who this other person with access was.
Just start immediately blaming her. Be like, it was probably her. She could have done it. It's probably true. I believe it. She totally did it. I mean, she was in that conversation. Could have also been Winfrey Kataki. Literally any of the Katakis could have done it. Let's see what happens if we blame her. Well, of course, I mean, you, Miss Talia. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Objection! Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed the man in cold blood on his behalf. I've heard people doing strange things for love, but this...
It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and for supporting your life partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder.
I hope you do more than hesitate. What if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Talia, and the victim. Yeah, this one probably.
Like this. That looks like a medical chart.
Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart.
What? Miss Talia? Why is your name on this chart?
Oh, she's sweating bullets. Like the bullets that used to kill the man.
And she's scratching up her face.
Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala? Why did Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six... I don't even play that game. I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Lead up, Liz. Oh, one little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. Oh, look at her face. She totally did this. That's all. Is there a problem with that?
Miss Talia! You testified you had no connection to the victim.
And I don't. Now. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. What? Let me guess. You're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right?
That's not true at all. Why? I embrace the ones I love. Past flaws and...
Sir, can we please? There's no connection now. It just doesn't fly in the court of law. We're about to find out about the judge's love life. Oh well. Maybe one other day. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Katakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true. But you remain connected somehow.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is connected to the Maractus Clinic.
Oh, look at me this. I mean, we... Like right now? It's still connected. Oh, you said still? Yeah, okay, this one.
Well, I suppose I could see...
Her forehead. This trail you think you have found it? It doesn't lead to the truth. Nor to a long career in the legal profession, yeah? Gee, thanks. Perhaps you will allow me to do the honors.
Why not? It might be nice for a change.
What? Most excellent. Let's rock. They really did a lot. Oh my god. I'll take the usual penalty, please. You don't have to rock band me into non-existence in my legal career.
Well, Mr. Justice, try again.
It's still connected to the Miraculous Clinic. Okay. Wait, I picked the sandals, but... Oh, I know. I mean, this was found in the foyer, so... Damn it, I picked the wrong shoes. These sandals were found in the Miraculous Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Fräulein. The act isn't working. I can't work with this. Come on. Even I know when it's a losing battle. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. Simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. And I already did. Well, we see your true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Walkie back on the straight and narrow.
This court thinks you need to worry less about Walkie and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story.
Your sandals were found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point denying it.
Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Miraculous Clinic that day?
Oh yeah, I'm a foot guy. I know feet. Yeah. I did go to the clinic that day. My first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Walkie had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man. Too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. Uh-huh.
By mistake you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant. The botched operation.
He was a timid, small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know?
That does make sense.
Yes, but there is still one thing which does not.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume that she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home.
I would have worn those sandals home too.
There are some nice sandals. So why were the sandals left behind? Pointing out the contradiction before me. There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Talia? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there which you wore home by mistake. He's throwing her a life raft. Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it is nothing. There is, after all, no other explanation. Yeah, for him? Why you must insult my forehead? Oh, what the? No fair. He's filling the holes in her testimony.
The defense may begin the cross-examination.
I feel like they're gonna object and be like, yo, lead the witness. Her first time since she quit in January. Well, what time did you go to the clinic? I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think. And that was the first time you had contacted Dr. Maractus in half a year? Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with.
So why did you go to the clinic that day?
Did you want Dr. Maractus to run away? Well, after I failed to stop Walkie, I thought that was the only other way to avoid the problem. Couldn't you have called? Why go in person? I called several times that evening, but no one was in. The victim was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This was proven by the mirror yesterday, yeah? I thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure. Knowing the doctor. Timid? I don't know about that one. Chief. Sorry, yawning. You mean the act of malpractice on Walkie, correct? If you had just told Walkie the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened.
True, that operation was the start of this whole affair.
Oh, of course, if he told him, he might have been erased by the Katakis much earlier.
A disturbing thought.
We now know that the Maractus Clinic had ties to the Kataki family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police even if he wanted to. That's why I knew I had to warn him. You're not hiding any dark secrets, huh? No dark secrets, eh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. She's hiding something, I know it. Must have some evidence that proves it too. You're free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind. That's an old friend. But then you'd be betraying Walkie, wouldn't you? No, I did it for him. For us. She went to warn him so that her fiancé would not have committed such a crime, yeah? I didn't want them to take my Walkie away. There's no way she went to their clinic just to warn him. Do you know why she went, Apollo? Time to figure out what really happened at that clinic and fast. Let's familiarize myself. There is a bunch. There's a red stain. There's... I mean... The medic... So things in the clinic. Lita Tiala. Yeah, no, I mean her name is on this, so. Is there anything in this bullet? Checked everything. Which looks like a... So now I'm thinking it looks like a mushroom. Trucy says it looks like ice cream. My friend Verde says looks like a muffin. We all got food on the brain with this bullet. Anyway, my only guess is that it is probably still the same evidence. Too timid to admit it's a mistake. Not hiding any dark secrets. I mean, it's gotta be this, right? Like we're just gonna use the same thing here. This chart was found inside the safe in the doctor's office. Yeah, you brought it up already. Why would you bring it up again? Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you?
Mind filling me in?
Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. That is, Doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Waki's failed operation.
Interesting.
You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Novice? Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents.
This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, little attorney. Oh. I'm seeing visions. My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet tighten just now. Your bracelet. Just like yesterday, like you said. When the witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. It's my ultra instinct. But I can't see anything, Apollo. And what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe... Yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Juicy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. But we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do we do? Have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses. It's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. Oh. Well, this is the new part of the testimony. For a half-year-old chart. But I always think she's putting her hands on her face. Every time mentions that he's timid. She's telling the truth. My first time in half a year since I quit in January. I don't think she went to that clinic after all that. So that is the truth. That's her truth stance. She lies here. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Waki had the pistol. She didn't go to warn him. She went for something else. So we know that's a lie. Doctor was always timid. So that's also a lie. This is just maybe to throw us off, I assume. I feel like maybe this one. We'll try this one. Or can we even perceive? I'm gonna try to perceive here. She looks away, doesn't she? No, let's see her again. Maybe her hands or fingers. I don't see anything. Pass. It's gonna be hard to tell. Well, maybe this one isn't it. Let's try just in case. I mean, it is new information, so. Maybe on her fingers. Oh, she moved. Yeah, there we go. Why would I go to clinic for a half-year-old chart? Go to the clinic. Gotcha! There we go. There's something there. Ooh, the hell dimension. Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go. Why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your finger. What? She was unsure. I saw it. Now. That's the key word. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why? If that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes now. I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. Oh shit, this is actually gonna be difficult. I mean, we could say the chart, but... Huh. Why is that pistol at the crime if it's not the... They found a different pistol, didn't they? It has to be the... I keep using the chart because it was obviously it's all the information's on the chart. I represent the chart again. It's either this or this bullet that was randomly in this squished from the impact of the back. Does she probably try to kill him? I don't know. It fired twice. Maybe then he left. I'm gonna use the chart again. Why not? Because of what? Because it says that he's gonna die soon. He's dying. How do I say that, huh? In words. The hands of a hawk and the brain of a toad. Ribbit, I mean, I can't lose this now. Come on, toad brain, one more try. Let's save here. Do 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 do. Let me think. My attorney's back. No. I'll try the bullet. I don't know why in this lamp. Because of what? You know, that's a good question. Because of what indeed? And it has to be maybe the... Let's see. Something happened quite recently. Does the car accident have anything to do with this? It just seems like an accident. Well, why did he have that accident in the first place? Okay, there's a lot of going on. I'm in the Maractus Clinic office with a broken bulb and a red stain on the cord. Things got violent in that office. I don't know why. Health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Katakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Nothing. Why should I think anything? Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew what Waki's chest x-ray would reveal. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. she got broken. That's all, Your Honor.
What? What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying?
I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. Thank you, sir. So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic. But her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Kataki's got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? You guessed it.
Order! Order!
I did it. I broke her testimony. Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait.
What? Miss Tiala?
It's true. That chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet that doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Walkie and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She hid the truth from us. This is clear, yet it is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand.
Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony and we'll have a bit more cross-examination.
Oh, so close. You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left.
So you then just left. You were like, yeah, I'm going home, guys. Bye-bye. Yeah, that totally did not do anything else except take these slippers out. And then the evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. Because her shoes are in the fucking sandals, Your Honor. And then those sandals I found at the crime scene. Why was she there? They aren't they? They are! Shut up! It's like she's saying, oh yeah, I totally left. Okay, alright. There is also a struggle. So what the fuck happened here? Oh my god. This is a struggle at the place. Find a bullet in the safe. How's about that, huh? Nothing happened at all. A woman left. Oh my god. Both things happened. A fucking lamp was broken and also a bullet in the safe, but only the bullet works? I see you, game. I see how this works. Some bullshit. And also the sandals. She left, it was there. I know that one's skipping ahead a bit, but still. You say nothing happened in the doctor's office? I disagree. Take a look at this oh wait, no, it's a bullet? Okay, hang on. Take a look at this bullet. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Actually, I've been told it looks like a muffin. Or ice cream. Or a mushroom. Kind of like you, actually. Well, that was very rude. You didn't need to say that. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala. Boom. Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. Objection! But this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? Oh, he's sweating. I guess the police didn't check that far. Objection! But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day? Objection! Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad, Air Forehead. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately.
30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical.
Well, seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon.
Damn fucking forensic evidence. Fast these days, eh?
Perhaps the defense would like to state their position.
The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day. And at the same time of the firing, the safe was open. A safe which contained the top secret chart.
Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe?
Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala.
Order! 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 Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing this swan woman, the witness?
Alita Tiala knew about Wakikataki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination?
What?
That reminds me. Apparently, the Katakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Nefarious! So you plan to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune?
Objection! Huh? Oh, goddammit, are you here, buddy? I'm trying to save your life. Or actually, you don't have much time left, so I don't know why I'm doing this. You keep talking trash about my Alita? And I'll sue you, lawyer man. But who? You're gonna use Thomas Paine to sue me? Good luck with that. Huh? Me? Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita. I think you mean accuse. I did not say that. I did not say that, sir. Get the stenographer on stand. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too during that part. What, Waki? Just cool down a sec. Keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll.
Miss Tiana?
I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've laughed so hard. Something funny? Walkie? Wake up and smell reality.
Lena, baby?
The signature on the chart, the engagement? I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself.
Alita?
Oh man, this man's world about to fucking get crushed. Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fraulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway. So, the family fortune is what you're really after. That's right. I wanted the money. Alright, this is resolving way too quickly. I am now thinking that she maybe didn't do it. Because we haven't gotten to the main part of the murder and why the fuck he was pulling the goddamn noodle stand. No way. That's whack. That's wiggity wiggity whack, man. I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me? I said accuse! Accuse! Why is everyone thinking I'm abusing someone? Of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl. Sure, I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. You could have fired it into the safe after I'd already left the clinic. What? I would never do such a thing like that. It was definitely that silly little brat. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Druzy? You had the most to lose if the chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol now, did I? What? You could have taken walkies. You think he'd have mentioned that? No? All I've heard him say is, it was me. I shot him. Objection! That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. Oh yeah, sorry about that. You here, buddy? But the two of you are forgetting one crucial point. What point? Suddenly, the Fraulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then... wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh. I thought maybe she shot the bullet and then tried to destroy the chart with a gun? I don't know, man. No, I don't know. I don't know what you want from me here. No, it's a good point. You see? That chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. Oh, psychic damage. Right.
Miss Tiala.
Yes?
It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day.
There has to be some lies in here. Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime. Yeah, and? She's like, okay, God. Her face. Alright, Maractus Clinic 2. Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it. So I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof that I stole the pistol, do you? And that bird was spotted in the park at that moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. What the hell does that mean?
You went back later?
That chart was dangerous, you understand. I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart done, could you? And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. That was you. Dump. Apollo! That sound, it came from behind this door. Someone's in there. Frickin', they left through that window. So you were the burglar. That was you two? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened the safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing! And brazen at that!
Oh, is this trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They're gangsters, you know? Oh my god. This lady's insane. I like that. A lunatic.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination.
Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one, eh? Let's go gaslight, gatekeeping, and girl bossing too much right now. But I gotta bring her down. Oh, you went to, what time? Why that day? That brat was uncontrollable. He was ready to kill. And that would bring in the police. And that chart would become evidence. I'd be hung out to dry. But the police didn't check the safe, did they? Well, they thought the crime scene was the park. I'll make sure the responsible parties feel the heat. Such sloppiness won't be tolerated, yeah? I'm talking to you, police! The fuck? Oh, the officers are like, oh fuck, oh, we fucked up. I'm kinda thankful for that sloppiness myself, actually. What time later? Later? And I heard what happened. Well, I was too scared to do anything that day. Oh yeah, it was us. So wait until the day after. The 16th, wasn't it? Of course you and that meddling kid and that stupid dog had to get into my way.
Oh, there was no dog. And why did Mr. Dr. Mark just keep that chart around? It was clearly dangerous for him. He could have burned it.
Because he's a coward. That chart was his insurance.
Insurance?
My signature on that chart, to be more specific. And I made sure I couldn't betray him. You didn't have proof I stole the pistol, do you? But you could have stolen it. Could have? Is it some new definition of proof?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, ask Walkie. He'll tell us.
Objection! Might I remind you this is a cross-examination. You might want to keep your baseless theories to yourself.
You could ask him. He's right, isn't he? Spotted in the park. Yeah, but... it was by a panty thief. But what? You have nothing to say. This case is over. It was over the moment that brat was seen in the park. What's the point of dragging it out any further? The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? The killer shot from this location. The bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple.
Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot.
Objection! But that testimony was proven to be a lie. Our egregious panty snatcher, sorry, I forgot how to pronounce that word. Panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north. Yeah, I was about to say, what are we doing right now? Next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple. Silly, silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning?
Give me a second.
Do you remember that, Trizzy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. Just a glass of milk? You gotta have some more stuff for your growing girl, kid. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken. Objection! But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken. Objection! Then why don't you show us her forehead? Show you what? Must I explain everything? Very well. Let's recap. If the witness panties guy was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did that killer shoot the victim?
But wait, the witness was standing there. How could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple?
I merely let out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. He's helping me? This guy helps me sometimes. What a cool guy. If you can, that is. Waki Kitaki was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler. at the witness mark. And of course, Pal Maractus at the victim mark.
Let's hear what the defense has to say.
What do I gotta say? Also says the final cross-examination? Oh, okay, well, this was easy. He's millennial edge. It's like, I guess I'll help my defense attorney. Why not? That's what millennials do. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? Someplace else. As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it.
Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from? I think I know. And it's the one thing that has not been explained to this entire case whatsoever. Objection! It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. Huh? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? Why? You thought you were helping me. Please! Oh no, 2 hits! Like so. Oh no, don't worry. Double penalty! Our forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. Are you sure, Apollo? No. The key is to witness Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that, and we know where he stood. I continue to save so I don't have to repeat so many things. But I think I know where the killer would be. And the victim turned. Then, when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here. The lake! She was in the lake swimming in the... She's inside here. I believe we all owed a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the very beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. They do be the gun. He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. Oh. The victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no! Oh yes! He's like, oh no, my dude, we know that happened! Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right! Toward the noodle stand!
Order! 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 So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand?
Objection! Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Well, you should have taken a look at some of Phoenix's old cases. Those are some ridiculous things. I think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along. There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place? Objection! Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Alright. Show us evidence that proves someone was in that stand. Evidence. Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in the stand? Well, I've got it. I've got it right here.
Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. So always proves that someone was hiding in the noodle stand.
That's not proof enough. There's not enough proof here, either. This is like some leftover things, but we couldn't look inside the stand. Which is actually quite faulty in terms of the evidence. I would have liked to look inside the stand, but no! I mean, these slippers were over there. Is it? Is there something on this thing? Altoon's Noodles mascot, Mr. Salty. Especially the red parts. No, there's nothing evidence about this thing. The paint flaked off. Painted on by a hand with warm professional care. The paint flaked off. Okay, it's either this bowl, because we haven't been able to, you know, use it at all. Or it's the slippers. Which, you know, was paint here. There was someone else here. So we're gonna use the slippers, but we can also use the bowl. The Maractus Clinic. They're covered with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. It was coming out of the stand. Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. In other words, this is proof you were inside the noodle stand. Objection! Yet there was only one slipper found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint? In good faith. Objection! Observe the diagram. The park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on the cobblestone path. Objection! Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground? Objection! That's just dumb. Hoping you would do something a little more than that. Should have worn socks. That's true. Socks with slippers. Socks with sandals. Team rise up. One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with tools of the noodle making trade. There's no room for a person to ride inside there.
You have a point. Could someone have hidden inside that stand?
Apollo, I think I might be onto something.
Oh?
I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room for the stand, some things would have to be...
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand?
I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear that space in the stand. Hey, oh, this is used now. This is used now. There's a bowl I found at the bottom. This is a noodle bowl from the stolen Altoon's noodle stand.
Yes, and what about it?
We discovered it at large quantity of these bowls yesterday. In the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. Just get these bowls out of the fucking stand right now.
A large quantity of noodle balls in the victim's clinic.
Mr. Eldoon was very clear about those bowls. I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle balls were in there too. If the bowls were removed that night, there was space inside that noodle stand. Space created at the Miraculous Clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. Oh, man.
Would you like to remain the mind or witness of our current status? This court does not consider you entirely innocent.
Show me an innocent. I'll show you a fairy tale.
In any case, defense has somehow made its point.
The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Miraculous. Yeah, look at that motive on her face. More fairy tales. This whole trial's a fairy tale. You would say? Well, you are just like a swan lady. Come on. I assume that's the point. And why she's saying it.
Then please pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself.
This is it. Why was Dr. Miraculous pulling that stand that night? And what was Alita Tiala doing inside it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. Tiala's explanation. That night, I went to ask for Dr. Miraculous for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kataki family's hands. Dr. Miraculous didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Katakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. Okay, that we can literally disprove that. You knew about the botched operation. So you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. I told him that Brett got his health checkup report. And that he was coming to settle the score.
I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth or it's over. Oh, it's perceived time? Okay, fine. Well, it's gotta be around here, right? This has gotta be the place of, because she did not give up. Fingers. There it is.
Gotcha!
She's fiddling with her scarf. Oh my god, she got injured with the lamp. That's the final piece of evidence. She got injured with a lamp, and she's using the scarf to hide it. Just like Godot! Oh man. Parallels. Technically, not really. But you know, whatever. All I did was talk and lie. What? Show me proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip in confidence and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? This is working out better than I hoped. Unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies. 2 dots. Make rectangles and brambles. Something about persona. I don't know. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that. I told you the truth. It seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? It seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone's trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Maractus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. Look at his lamp. His lamp got fucking blood on it. What? What's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken, and there's a red splotch on the cord. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I've come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state. Well, spit it out. This talking in circles is nonsense. It's killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple. Miss Alita Tiala, please remove your scarf. Done. It's like, fuck! Well, I'm going home, guys. This has been fun. I'm gonna leave. Objection! This is a trial to determine what happened in the park. And we seem to have drifted off target. Objection! We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf. I won't do it. This is insane! I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove...
Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf.
No! No! There she goes. I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? What is that? Your neck.
Your neck? That isn't what I think it is.
It's the cord. Something did happen that night in the Maractus Clinic. You need to get that chart back no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiance's pistol to do it.
But wait! Looking at this lamp and the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened.
Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness. Specifically, you tried to threaten Dr. Maractus, and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Maractus Clinic. And now it's making sense. That's right, okay. What happened is that she tried to threaten him and be like, I need that fucking chart. He gains the upper hand and chokes her out with the cord. She goes unconscious. He's like, oh fuck, I got a body. Oh, I gotta hide this body. Oh fuck. Steals his old mate's noodle stand, empties it out, puts the body that he thinks is in it. But she's still alive, wakes up. He left a gun in there? I guess he was gonna get rid of the gun as well as evidence? Probably not a good idea. Cause then she woke up and was like, well fuck this dude, and then boom. Our fucking dress is flying away.
Order! 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 Will someone please tell me what really happened? I don't know what's going on.
I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Look, my clinic's seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me. So you can save your own skin? What? I know what you're up to. You want in with the family. And if they see that chart, you're finished. Oh. Even me holding the short straw. But I'm going down. I'll want some company. You! And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. And he took that cord.
Ooh.
This was serious. Deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out. He's snapping his fingers. And then she wakes up in a noodle stand.
So, you were the victim.
And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There. Are you happy now? I was out cold, almost killed. And you claim that then snuck into that noodle stand? But how could I? Oh! Apollo's face just turned into a bird.
Well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened at the Maractus Clinic, and it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself.
I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. I've told you everything. Can I go home now? Yo, Apollo, she killed him. She woke up in the fucking stand and killed him. Apollo, don't do this.
You bear some responsibility for the events that they true. Yet if you were also the victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Miss Tiala.
One last rebuttal. When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala?
Very well, this finishes the cross-examination of this.
Wait for it.
Objection!
Oh, he's helping me. He's helping me. Win air guitar. Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Now we rock. What? Those spikes on your head are softer than they look. Or do you have the stomach to go all the way?
Prosecutor Gavin!
Maractus choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious. But what happened next? He's right. There's more we don't know. She was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while. Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand? Alita Tiala, half dead. Dr. Maractus pulling that stand. And a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it was it's all true? He might have already figured out what really happened that night. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin? Me, Fräulein? I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's get back over what we've learned up till now. He's got a great theme, by the way. This fucking guitar solo is going off. On the day of the murder, Walkie saw his checkup report, in which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So he took a pistol from the family stash with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. And Miss Tiala heard about this from Walkie. So she went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him in order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then, something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out. Remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Maractus? That does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Tiala. Perhaps he thought to death. What did he do after his crime? I was just knocked out, not dead. In the state of his clinic and the scene in the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, Elfordhead, care to guess?
Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do?
Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Do we have evidence to show what he did next? I mean, he pulled the stand. Oh, the bowls. The bowls. He emptied out the stand and then pulled the stand. A large quantity of bowls were found in the clinic. Bowls that belonged to a certain noodle stand, which means that the stand was at the clinic. Why? Because Dr. Maractus stole it and brought it there. What? Killing me disturbed him that much? So he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember, he removed all the bowls. Maybe because the stand was heavy. Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place.
Oh, wait, you don't mean...
I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala. My corpse? Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he'd killed you. His next move would be to dispose of the body. Although, what kind of doctor is he really? I mean, he's a bad doctor, as we can tell. But, like, what kind of doctor is he really to mistake a corpse for someone unconscious? His next move would be to dispose of the body. That's crazy talk. You're all crazy. Let's think about it logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. On his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Waki Kataki? I mean, if you check someone's pulse, if you choke them out, Buppy? Can neither confirm nor deny this line of thinking. I question your logic.
What's this, Prosecutor Gavin?
The park is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with? That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand. Objection. Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What?
Apparently the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was headed with the stand. Here, please show us on the diagram. So where exactly was the victim dragging that stand?
To the river.
There? That's a river?
Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. A perfect place to dispose of a body. He was gonna throw me into that river? You didn't have many other options, Fräulein. I believe this clears up all of the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then, the denouement. Wesley Stickler, of panty snatching fame, walks up. You have to remember that. He stole panties. Seeing the two men, he shouts. In that instant.
You woke up and you're like, you about to get capped, bitch.
So, I shot him? You were the only one who could have stolen Waki's pistol. It had to be you.
Well, Miss Tiala?
Huh. Nice work. You mean, I'm right? I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story to get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand through the park? Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak. Whereof what? I can't believe she's still trying to deny this.
Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin?
Must I always be the one to point out Ed Forehead's errors? I mean, you're a prosecutor. I guess that is your job, technically. There must be... Maybe there really is something. I believe the Fräulein speaks of a doctor's car. His car? That's right. The Maractus Clinic has that big garage.
And which sort of green sports car was it?
Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car. And so we find our victim without probable cause to steal that stand. And our defense without a case. Objection! I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. And what an excellent counter-argument, Fräulein. Too bad you're quite wrong. Eh? Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy. Daddy? That's right. That night, the car hit Mr. Wright. Was that green sports car.
Oh yes, I'd nearly forgotten about it.
Afterward, he drove it back to that garage. It ran fine. Maybe he didn't want to get seen in it. It just ran through. That's right. Why didn't he use his beloved sports car, A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. No, not my forehead. Wait a minute, I'm starting to think of a reason why. What if he's taking the body to the garage, he slightly opens it, and in it he sees a man crouching in the garage with some panties in his hand, and he's just like, what the fuck? Why is someone in my fucking garage? Ah, god damn it. And he's like, oh shit, I'm panicking. I can't get this guy out of my house. If I make a scene, he may notice my body, or I don't know. That could be reason one. Reason two is he literally just ran someone over with that car. I don't know why he was driving that recklessly. I guess that was just a pure accident. Maybe he was panicking. He was panicking about, like, the checkup. Although, did he know about the checkup? I don't know. Well, let's figure this out.
Order! Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Maractus use his car to carry the body?
Yeah. Is that a groan of surrender I hear? Oh, he wants to hear me groan, I guess. Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. Everything I've learned.
Mr. Justice, this contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night.
Someone else stole the stand. The car didn't run. He carried the body in the car. What if we got the timing of all the events wrong? That's right. She said, oh, around 9:30, but that never was proven. What if it's been way earlier and he was panicking in the car because he's like, I have a fucking corpse in my fucking car. Shit. And then he's just like runs over Phoenix Wright and he's like, oh fuck, I don't know what to do. I gotta get out of here. My car is not gonna injury. It takes a while to get rid of carry the body in the car. It takes a while to get rid of a bunch of noodles. The victim used the car to carry the body. Oh, so you're throwing out everything you've proven up until now? Well, the car wasn't broken. I admire your adaptability in the face of impossible odds. Yet this does not explain why he was pulling that stand. What's going on? Is Prosecutor Gavin trying to tell me something?
Perhaps we need to ask you again. Is this truly your last chance? The defense will explain to us what happened that night.
The car ran. Someone else stole the stand? The fuck is it someone else? Just back to the hospital after being seen by Phoenix. Yeah, that's... How's that? Sure. If you panic. Actually, it was someone else who stole that stand.
But then why was the victim pulling it?
Well, he would have had to steal it from someone else.
We're back where we started, Mr.
Like, oh god, without an explanation for why he didn't use the car. I'll ask you again, is this truly your last chance? The car didn't run? I have an idea. It's all coming together. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car. Huh, now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information. Oh, yeah, he put the panties in the exhaust. It couldn't run. He couldn't know why. He's like, why isn't the car running? The panties are in there. I fucking forgot. It's been a couple days. Oh, what a fucked up situation. Not according to my information, Miss Talia. Put one and one together. And the explanation is simple.
If it's so simple, perhaps you could show us some evidence. Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night.
Hey, it's juicy panties.
See now, panties, fucking get this thing out of my face.
Even in the beginning of this case, I was like, well, these aren't important anymore. It's just like, oh, well, it's not important. All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth. Please rephrase that. Please. Another crime was committed the night of the murder. The theft of these panties? The latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid. In the Maractus Clinic garage. What? The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them.
Why? Weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe?
Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. Did you do that on purpose? So you were here investigating? And I was on my way home when my hog came up the ghost. Your hog? My motorcycle won't start. A clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad. It looks like such a nice bike too. Hard to believe that it would just break from just that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Did he help me even then? Did he already know? No. That's... Clogged exhaust. And they won't run. My. How interesting. Whilst Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, Penny Snatcher snuck into the Maractus garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start. What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of, which is like, car won't start? Well, time to make more evidence. Just completely steals a noodle stand and attempts to take a car in it. A fucking corpse in it. Like, what in the fuck? Like, he didn't think of anything else.
Well, I mean, it's the next close thing. Fuck it, just a noodle stand. Why not? You probably thought he'd be one and done. Just dump the body, go back home, put the noodle stuff back in, and then be like, all right, that was an entirely crazy case. Well, Miss Tiala, this wraps your doubts up quite nicely, I think. So it does. Where am I? So dark. Can't see. Cramped. The pain. My throat's burning. What's your problem? You, Doc! I know what you did. Walkie? You lied to me. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your medicine, man. Wait. Let me explain. Fine. I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. It's not just me. No. You'll ruin everything. I have to stop him. That's what you do. Boom. Huh? Yep. Funny. This isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well. Too bad. So do you think I was gonna fail this case? Like, these guys suck ass. I'll just get these lawyers at this talent agency to help. And then we solved the case. We did it. There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand? In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use the public phone to inform the police. Which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left that slipper print. Dr. Maractus didn't bother taking my slippers off. I drew them out after I stepped in the paint, though. That was your mistake. No. My biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. I believed in you. You believed I would lose. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Walkie declared guilty, it was you. Wow, thanks. Ouch. Yeah, I was like, yeah, fucking these guys suck.
I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Alita Tiala doing?
She confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost. I think he already knew. He figured out she was the killer a while ago. Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned from over the last 2 days. He lost, but I didn't exactly win either. Something the matter, Ed Forehead?
Looks like it's time to announce a verdict.
Not guilty! Yay, we did it! Whoa, Walkie's still gonna die. Alright. That's great. I'm not a doctor though, so I don't know what to do.
Court is adjourned.
Unless we get Noodle Stand guy to help immediately. June 17th, 4:12 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. I'll say because sometimes there is a moment where they tell me to bring a piece of evidence and I don't know how to do that. Great job, Apollo. You did it. Yeah, we did, somehow. Rocky's off the hook. For you to become the gangster you always wanted to be. Juicy, do you remember? He's dying!
got like 10 minutes. Hey, Tony man! You gonna pay for what you did to my little Holmes? Or to blame, I guess. Yeah, whatever. You give me my leader back. Hey, yo, calm down, dude. You're gonna die. Stupid pointy-headed attorney with a death wish. Enough, Walkie! Mr. Kataki. It's high time you opened your eyes, Walkie. What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you opened yours. Giving up the life trying to become some kind of businessman? Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie. Big coincidence. That's away his real name. No, it's totally. It's on his birth certificate. There's fingerprints and everything. I'm afraid the guard is going to throw them both out. If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending? Maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kataki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Waki. Yeah, why not? Let's try to remember that. Oh, Waki, Apollo has something to tell you. Huh, I do? Way to put me on the spot. Eh? Was that? Show him the reason why, Apollo. Why is Mr. Kataki trying to become a businessman? I added losing money. Where is the evidence of that? Was it in the report? I mean, the checkup reports are why that happened, but... Oh, is this Shiv important again? It's my attorney badge. I feel like Shiv never really... No, it had some... Either the Shiv or the checkup report, because the checkup report is why this all started, and they were like, "Yo, we need to become straight up." Is it her panties? I doubt that one, but I mean, it's possible. I will reload to get those. Let's try to check a report. Think about it, Walkie. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays. Well, we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. He doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you... I searched the globe, and I found one doctor who can take that bullet out of you, Walkie. It's an expensive procedure. Man, but you've got plenty of money already, don't you? I won't use it. Oh? It was the gangster life that did this to you, Walkie. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean. Oh, this is eyebrows. Oh my god, this is big eyebrows. Please understand, Walkie. Dad? Man. See how it is, old man. Always looking out for it. Walkie? This is good, old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see who's the OG. Try to hide in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. My, Walkie? No, it's as it should be. Mr. Kataki. Okay, more without the puppy dog ass.
I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words. I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you.
Who? Me? I don't think.
Someday, I'll pick you one of our latest, the Kataki lime pie.
He's opening a pie shop? That's a direction to go.
So long.
And we knew Walkie was a tsundere. Well, there he goes.
And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo, to the Right Anything Agency.
Hey, since when do I work at your agency? Since now, you just did. That was it. Good job, man. You did it.
Aw, we make a good team. Don't just stand there. Let's get going. Huh? Why not? She did help me out. And there's a few questions that still need answers. This hellish swirl that I'm looking at. Like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her. So I can't say that I care much for what her father has become. Oh, that's right! We have to go someplace first. Huh? Where? Want to claim a reward from Mr. Eldoon? Ah, salty noodles, right. You got a sandbag already. Oh, and after that, you can come and see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat. Oh, heck yeah, let's go!
Oh, it's a special night. Or special, all right.
Please, anything but him. Please. I'm tired. And that is the end of the case. Turn the back corner, yeah! Oh, we did it! That was a pretty good case, even though the ending was a little obvious that it was her. It was still pretty good. You had some good plot hooks. I would continue, but not only is it getting late. Yeah, it's getting late, so we'll actually stop. But we did it. We did it, guys. We did it.
That is it.
We had 2 cases to go. Hopefully I can finish them before Rebirth comes out. I probably will. Throughout this week, probably a few streams. Maybe some on the weekend. Not sure. Try to get back to Baldur's Gate 3 sometime. We'll see. That's about it. I'm gonna go. But thank you, Second, for coming out. Anyone else who stopped by. I know it was a shorter stream than usual, but I mean, we made it 2 hours, so that's a good amount of time. All right, everyone. That is it. Have a good